Alright, this is Vegeta8259, and since I've become a YouTube partner, I've had to delete a few of my reviews because they contain musical intros that obviously had audio and visual material that I didn't own the copyright to. So, really you're not supposed to do that no matter who you are, but YouTube keeps their hawk-like eyes on us partners more than the average user. So, I'm now re-uploading my Sinanju review without the musical intro. So with that, I will leave you to enjoy this review that you've probably already seen before.
This is Vegeta8259 again, and it is finally time for the review of Master Grade Sinanju. And due to the overwhelming anticipation you guys have shown towards this kit, I don't think I have to bother describing how awesome it is. I think I'll just do the review and let the kit speak for itself. As you've noticed, I did get a new camera, and I think it really is going to pay off waiting to do the Sinanju review until I got this new camera, because the picture quality is a whole lot better. I'm very pleased with this camera, and very pleased with this model kit. The only downside to this camera is that this is about as far back as I can go while still having the camera on the table. Otherwise I'd have to pick it up and zoom out like that. So, but I think this will be okay, since I won't have to show you the whole kit when I'm going over stuff. So let's get started. As you can see, he is mostly molded in this dark red color. Unlike Sazabi, he doesn't come in two different shades of red. He's just this one shade of kind of a darker red. He's got the whole inner frame is a very light gray, lighter than what they usually use for Master Grades. He's got a few yellow parts, mostly just for the little thrusters and vents all over his body. He's got black for the chest and some of these other parts. He's got white just here on the backpack. And he's got clear yellow for his beam weapons, which I'll show you in the second part when I go over his accessories. And he doesn't come with clear parts like most Master Grades. He comes with that new clear green color that Bandai likes to use. It's the same clear green that they used on the SD, Exia, and 00 Gundam. So, let's get into articulation then. Alright, his arms go 360. This backpack kind of gets in the way, but you can move it all the way like that. The shoulder armor can go up and down independent from the shoulder joint. And this little flap right here with all the spiky things on it can go up and down. I'll just take this opportunity to point out some of the really nice detail, like up under the thrusters here, and even on like the inside of the shoulder armor there. I mean, just really nice detail throughout the whole kit. He rotates below the shoulder. He's got a double jointed elbow, so he can bend it up all the way. And, of course, he's actually got better than normal Master Grade hands. He's got the same hands as the Zaku 2.0. So, it's got each finger is ball jointed, as well as the thumb, and then each finger has a hinge in it, which lets it bend like so. And, of course, the wrist is on a ball joint. It's actually on a double ball joint, but I'll show you. The wrist is on a ball joint here, and then this black part is on a ball joint separate from the rest. It doesn't move too much, but it moves just a little bit. And one final point of articulation on his arms. The back of his arm here can, shoulder armor came off. Go back on. The back of his arm can come off like so, which is where he stores his beam saber, right there. And there it is, right down in there. I don't know if you can see it because of the shadow. There it is, beam saber, which is pretty cool. I'll show you in the second part when we go over accessories, where he can just kind of shoot his beam saber out of his arm like that, in a very similar way that the Unicorn Gundam does. Alright, now the arms are done, let's get into the head. The head can go 360, and I don't really know how much use it would be because he's got this tiny little hole for the mono eye to see through, but he's got the same little gimmick that the Zaku 2.0 had, where you turn his head and the mono eye turns along with it. So I really doubt you can see it. I mean, I can barely see it, but that is going on in there. The cockpit hatch does open, which is pretty fancy in itself. This top part lifts up, the second black part lifts up, and then that part comes down. And I think it's going to be too dark to see, but there is a little pilot in there. And just like Unicorn Gundam had a fluorescent pink little cockpit, Sinanju's got that clear green cockpit. Alright, and for rotation, he rotates about that far to each side. I think because of this, the bottom set of energy cables doesn't get in the way. It's this top set of energy cables that limits his rotation. And he's got a joint in the torso, so he can bend forward a little bit, he can bend back, and he can bend side to side a little bit. Now onto the skirt armor. Again, just like, I was actually surprised how similar this kit was to Gundam Unicorn. Again, just like Unicorn, each part of the skirt armor is on a ball joint, so the side skirts can move in and out pretty freely. The the front skirts can move, and as you can see, they're connected via these energy cables to the back skirts, which are also on ball joints. And it's going to be, you know what, I'm going to take these little propellant tanks off just to show you this. He's got a little clip back here where he can store his beam rifle. It comes up and then it opens up like so. And speaking of the backpack, these propellant tanks are on ball joints, so they can move around a little bit. And this backpack is very, very nice looking. These giant thrusters can go up and down and side to side, and you can, when you open them up, this little thruster right here pops out, or when you move the thruster, the red parts go up and down. So that's pretty nice. And now we're on to the legs. The legs can go forward about that far with the skirt armor there. They could probably go a lot further without it. They can go back quite a ways. I think the back skirts move further than the front skirts do. They can go out to out, in and out, a really, really great deal. And there's this little joint inside the hip here, which lets the legs move forward and backwards within the hip joint. I guess if you wanted to have them do any kneeling poses or anything like that. But anyway, the knees bend, and these two parts of the kneecap here are separate, which I really like, because I like movable kneecaps for some reason. It's just really cool looking. Alright. The thruster on the side here comes out and rotates and kind of tilts a little bit. These little parts on the back here go in and out, and the feet can go side to side. They can go down just a little bit. They can go up, and the foot has a joint in it, actually it's two joints in it, where it can move up, and then the end of the toe can move down. So, it looks like about it for part 1, and I will see you guys in part 2.